Hey guys, it's Sapphire Sorceress, and today we're going to be making this. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I made this Bards Beards collaboration animation, as well as how to draw gemstones and flames. First, I started by creating the gemstone. Here, I'm just laying a base color for the gemstone and making the basic shape. Next, I began thinking about the light source, so I added the shadows and highlights to the places that I knew were going to need shading and lighting based on how I wanted the gem to reflect light. Already we're going to be jumping into some fun details, so this was adding the different dimensions and depth to the gem so that it looked like it was 3D and not just a flat color. I created the dimension by taking different hues of the same color and laying them out so that it looked like there was different layers of built up rock and not just one layer. I wanted the gem to look almost translucent and like it had taken many years to form many different layers. After I added a base layer of dimension, I went in and added highlights to the inside of the gem. It's kind of looking like an underwater scene right now. To add even more dimension and to show more light reflection, I went in with a light seafoam green color. This color helped to add more contrast to the gem and also break up the blues that were starting to melt together. Here I'm intensifying the colors to make sure that they really pop off the gem. Then I just kept working on building up the layers. That was really important in order to achieve the look of the gem being transparent. That way it looked like we could see multiple layers and multiple parts of the gem through itself. I also used different hues to show the roughness of the edges of the gem, so that way you could tell where the gem was supposed to end and have angles and cuts. Now we get to start on the highlighting. This is probably one of the most important parts, just because gems are so affected by the way the light is hitting them and where their light source is and then how they are shaped to reflect light. So just the lighting part was really important in making this gem look right. First, I put just a translucent highlight over the gem to show where the faces of the gem were and where the different sides and angles of the gem were. Then I went in with a solid white to show where the highlights really reflected the most and to make that gem sparkle. Another thing to note is that from the very beginning, I had the whole gem selected. When I did the base color, I selected it so that whatever I drew would stay inside of that base color. I did spend quite a bit of time on the highlighting because, as I said before, it's really important to make the gem look like how it's supposed to. Here I just combined my layers to help better keep track of what parts of the gem I was completely done with. Here I started working on the shadow that the gem casts, which was actually quite an interesting experience because the gem is somewhat translucent, so it also reflected its own color onto the background. And it was just, yeah, it was a really interesting thing to try and think about how something that's translucent would have a shadow. This is always my favorite part. I got to add sparkles to the gem, which I was really happy about. So this is me adding the sparkles. Sparkles just always make things more fun. And this is what the gem looked like completed. That was the symbol that represented me as the Sapphire Sorceress, and now it's time to move on to the fire for Red Ranger. Autodesk has a fire brush tool which does help a lot in making fire. It is a little bit hard to control, but it is nice that it creates the flame shape for you, and it also does layer some of the colors. By layering the colors, I mean that, like, if you chose the color orange like I did here, it would layer that color again to make it lighter. So here it looks yellow, and it did that all by itself. I do have some experience with this tool since I used it in one of our other videos. You should go check it out. We made me into a Pokemon trainer, so that was really fun, and I used the flames actually for Rapidash. To make the animation, I saved several pictures of the flames at various heights and then also various intensities. And then I put them into a photo editor that I have on my Surface. And here's the final animation. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe to see more content like this. Let us know in the comment section how your version of this went, or tag us in your post on Instagram for a chance to be featured on our page.